there you are, YouTube. Do subscribe if you're interested, but also no pressure. Hey, what do you say we do a random ranking? Let's go to that movie collection behind me and pick out 3 movies at random and then rank those movies based on whatever criteria we come up with. I'll rank them here in the video, but if you'd like to rank them in the comments below, please feel free to do so. Let's get to picking 3 movies. How do we want to do this? Oh, do we need some lighting? I don't even know if this helps. Sometimes I think it actually makes things worse. Maybe this one does. My Oscar. I feel like when my Oscar lights up, it makes my, like, the image blurry, my face blurry sometimes. Maybe not every time. Oh, there it is. So I think I have to be under it. Looks kind of cool, though. A little J.J. Abrams lens flares. Let's go pick those movies. Should we do everything down low? Ooh, let's go over here. I'm going to go on this side just because this is the most neglected section in my collection. Can you hear me from over there, over here? Did you all catch that rhyme I did? All right, let's see. I knew, I'm not even joking. When I picked this one up, I knew it was this movie. I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. I think I just put this one away, so I'm not going to do that one. Blade Runner we just put away a couple days ago, so we're going to grab something else from right here. And this movie is, all right, we got it. This movie is Be-A-Beautiful. That is Bruce Almighty. I remember I took a lady to see this. Went on a little bit of a date, if you will. How many times have I said that? I was always taking women on some dates back in the day to the movies, which is probably not a good place to go. I mean, it's nice because you're sitting next to that person for like 2 hours, but you're not talking, you know, which is kind of weird. I mean, you go out to dinner usually, so talking happens there, but the movie part, you know, I don't know. Sometimes it's probably better to go to your apartment or go to your parents' basement, depending on your age, watch a movie that you're both familiar with. That way you can watch it together and also talk over it together and talk about parts that you love. That's what you should do. That would be the better thing. But anyway, yeah, you know, with all those Jim Carrey, like, supernatural movies, stuff like The Mask, stuff like A Liar Liar, stuff like Yes Man. Is Yes Man even supernatural, or is that a choice? I don't know. But we also have Bruce Almighty here, where he basically gets the powers of God, right? God is Morgan Freeman in this movie, and then he allows old Bruce here to have the powers. Do you remember Evan Almighty? What was that about? Did that come out in 2004? Because I feel like I have memories of that being in the movie theater when I worked there, but I am not fully sure about that. Gene Shalit calls it wildly funny. Well, Gene Shalit, you look wildly funny. Yeah, Jennifer Aniston is in it. I remember she cries in it, she prays in it, and she's crying. Remember when everybody wins the lottery, and then so everybody got like, what, $12 or something like that, $6 or something. Ebert and Roper give it 2 thumbs up. He opens that file cabinet and it just goes on and on and on. I don't know, it is funny, it is good. Jim Carrey, man. When did this get made, though? Because this, I'm sure it would have been in college. Maybe I was in high school. See, I'm not seeing a year here. I'm going to give it a little bit more time for me to find it. They need to just put it in the upper left-hand corner really big so that I can find it. 2003. Okay. So I wasn't working at the movie theater when this came out, but my sister was. So I wonder if she got me in. I don't know. But yeah, funny. Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey. Funny man. Next we have Children of Men. And this movie has all that. What, it has like a really long, a cool long take in it, doesn't it? So this is like, what do you call that, post-apocalyptic. It's like there are no babies, nobody's getting pregnant anymore, but one person finally does get pregnant. And Ben, how many years had it been? It's been a long time since anybody got pregnant, right? And oh yeah, Julianne Moore's in this. I forgot. Wow, look at that. There she is. And you know, so then Clive Owen's over here having to save this baby that's been born after many years of no births. And I remember people loving this. I remember people, Michael Caine, Michael Caine is also in it. And I remember there being a debate or something. I don't know. Somebody described the movie as like a student film, or like somebody who just left film school, you know, I don't know, that sort of thing. But it was directed by the great Alfonso Cuarón. Am I saying that right? Screenplay. Directed, yeah, that's right. But I don't know. I like the movie. It just has a lot of great, it has great film form, in it. And you know, it has the whole, what, oh my gosh, that's coming up. The year 2027, 2 years, and this movie takes place. What? The last days of the human race. No child has been born for 18 years. Well, we know that's not true. Oh my gosh. Look at that. I want to peel this off so I can read what this says, but I can't. All right, next we have, this is the one that I knew. I touched it and I was like, you know what I'm pulling out? I know, it's Factory Girl. Factory Girl, talking about that Sedgwick. Sienna Miller Gorge plays Edie Sedgwick. Yes, okay, because Kira Sedgwick is like her great niece or something like that, or her niece or cousin or something. So, you know, Kevin Bacon's wife, and I'm always worried I'm saying her name. There's Kira and Edie. This is Edie. Factory Girl. The word factory there pertains to, is referencing Andy Warhol, who was an American pop artist, and was he born? I don't know if he was born in America. I don't think he was, but I should know. But anyway, his art studio was called The Factory, right? Because he was all about like reproduction, you know, prints, making prints. He didn't even make his own stuff most of the time, right? So she was like one of his muses, you could say. He was like filming her a lot, and some say he was using her. He had this nickname that was like a mix between Dracula and Cinderella. What was it? Because it's like Dragulella, Cinderecula, I can't remember what it is. I don't know. I read some book in college that was talking about it. But anyway, Andy Warhol heavily described as somebody who would use other stars to keep his star shining, because his heyday was, you know, in the 60s. But anytime, you know, there was a hot new thing there, he would try and buddy up against them, right? This is what he was always accused of doing, using people to keep his star shining bright. In the 1980s. Well, what's also funny about this is just today I rewatched the film Basquiat, which is going to hit Criterion soon. So everybody, go get Basquiat. Not until I get my copy though. But no, get that movie. It's great. It's good. Julian Schnabel directed it. Julian Schnabel is a painter himself. Great movie. And Andy Warhol is in that movie, played by David Bowie, and he's also accused of using Jean-Michel Basquiat, the graffiti painter in the 80s, as a way to keep his star shining, right? And you know, he has this thing about him where he kind of latches himself onto somebody and then like sucks them dry, I guess, just like Dracula. But yeah, that's actually a very sad story here. Let me try and remember who plays Andy Warhol in it. It's probably written here. Guy Pearce. Yeah, Guy Pearce plays Andy Warhol. Hayden Christensen does not play Bob Dylan. It's one of those cases, you know, where Bobby's like, don't use my name. So Hayden Christensen plays somebody else with a different name. Kind of like if you watched Complete Unknown, how Bob Dylan's girlfriend in that movie has her name changed. So there's that sort of thing. But yeah, here is Guy Pearce, who was recently nominated for an Academy Award supporting actor for his work in The Brutalist. This is him as Andy Warhol here. It's fun to think of all the actors who have played Andy Warhol. When I was in college, I did a presentation on the various depictions of Andy Warhol in cinema. And I remember The Watchmen, I don't think The Watchmen had come out yet, or maybe it was about to, or maybe it just did, but The Watchmen, Andy Warhol's in that. Maybe that might have been in there. I can't remember. When did that movie come out? And then the other example would be, I think it's Men in Black 3, right? Doesn't Bill Hader play Andy Warhol? Anyway, yeah, Sienna Miller plays Edie Sedgwick, who, you know, becomes buddies with Andy Warhol, but it becomes pretty apparent that Andy Warhol's just kind of, you know, it's like an abusive relationship sort of thing, you know, abusive friendship, toxic, all of that. It's been a while since I've watched Factory Girl, but I do remember liking it, although it's weird whenever Bob Dylan's on screen, but his name isn't Bob Dylan. Okay, how are we going to rank them? Wow, these are all pretty good. You know, I'm kind of in the mood for Jim Carrey right now, so I'm going to put Jim Carrey at number 1. You know what? And because I just watched Basquiat today, I'm kind of in the mood for art movies. So, yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna, you know, Children of Men, nothing against it. It's just in this case, it has to be number 3. And, you know, maybe it's it's probably the best film out of all of them. Like if we're looking at, you know, like, you know, cerebral thinking, academic thought processes and, you know, things like that. Okay, what, you know, look at the film form and what is it trying to say? How many layers does it have? You know, all of that. The themes that are presented. Children of Men, probably clearly easy the best, right? But here, the way I'm ranking it is I like Jim Carrey a lot. You know, based on whatever criteria you come up with. And then I'm an artist and I like movies about artists. And, you know, this is Edie Sedgwick and Andy Warhol. And then Children of Men, great movie. Great movie, and probably the best of the 3. But anyway, my question to you is, so this is my ranking one more time. Bruce Almighty, Factory Girl, then Children of Men. But my question to you is, have you seen these movies? These 3 right here. And if so, what do you think of them? And if you've seen all 3, how would you rank them? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below, and perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.